Yep, that's what y'all be hearing in the background. It's just this. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and let's have a talk about it, shall we? What are we talking about today? The other night, scrolling, you know, on TikTok, I saw this lady. I'm going to. I hate to assume because that means that makes an A word out of you and me. Uh, assume that she was a part of the LGBT plus community. She looked as though she could have been part of the L part, but she didn't say that. But she was asking a question, and I totally understood where she was coming from on this. So I wanted to discuss the question and why she probably could have been asking the question and all this kind of stuff. The question was, it was to the cis heterosexual community. Um, when did you know you were straight? I remember some years back, probably maybe like a decade, maybe a little bit longer. There were these pastors who were lined up, black pastors that were lined up, and this one was at the podium at the mic, um, coming out as straight. I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I had ever heard of. And the reason why is because he was not doing that as an ally. He was doing that as mocking, and being fun, making fun, picking at, and of course, being against, people, communities that they come out as LGBT plus community, those communities, that community. Um, I am a person. I have gone on record. I do not understand why those of that community. I understand why they come out. I don't think that it's fair that they have to come out. I feel as though they need to just live their life like everybody else. Okay, I hate to feel that they feel that they have to come out, but it's because that's the way society has done them. Okay, and since me, I don't have to come out. You know, and I just feel as though we should not live in a world where that has to be. So I've grown to despise that. So and so is coming out. This celebrity is coming out. I came out to my parents. I came out to my friends and all that kind of stuff. I hate that we live in that kind of world, but we do. And I just don't feel as though. I mean, anyone who has to come out, and those who have come out to me, I'll be like, either I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew, or and I'm learning that that's not a proper thing to do either. But just I'm gonna love you regardless. I don't care. Are you coming out as an ex murderer? Are you coming out as a child abuser? A word. A worder. You know, that's something. Okay, now I gotta shun you. Are you coming out as a perpetrator of DV? Those are things I'm gonna shun you. I'm not gonna shun you on who you decide that you are attracted to. Not decide who you are attracted to, who you want to love. Your sexual orientation. Okay, your birds and bees orientation. Okay. So, as when she asked that question, I chuckled because yeah, I do remember when I knew that I was straight. I was 5 years old, and there was a show on USA, the network. We've had cable a long time in my home, and I was 5, and New Edition's video Candy Girl came on. It was a show called Dance Party USA on USA Network, and that video came on. my sister A was running around screaming, oh my God, the video, the video. All I know is I saw those guys up there and they made me smile. Not like, but not like, any old smile. I was like, yeah, I mean, there was no, no, birds and bees tingling or feelings and stuff. But I knew that I liked those boys, I liked the way they looked. Now later on, I did find out that which one I actually was smiling at. That was Ronnie DeVoe and Michael Bivins, and eventually it just becomes Michael Bivins. But they made me smile, so I knew as early as 5 that I was cis heterosexual. I didn't know what that was called. I just knew that I liked boys. Okay, I liked them. Okay, and I'm like, is that something that people are asking people? How old were you when you knew that you were part of the LGBT community? Where you know that you were LGBT or plus, the other letters? Are people asking that? Is that like I started to message that lady, but I was like, no, I don't know her. She's just on my For You page. But are people asking people, what age did you realize you were and all that kind of stuff? Is that a thing? I hope it is not. I hope it's not, because that would be very tacky and very crass, in my opinion, to do so. Because what does it matter? And I'm glad that if that is a thing, I'm glad she's asking. When did you find out you were straight? I don't blame her none the tightest if that is a thing, and are people asking that community, that, because that is tacky. Because no one asked you, when did you know you were straight? When did you know you like boys or girls? They don't ask the straight, straight people don't ask straight people that. So we should not be asking those who are not that either. So, it was just an interesting question, especially saying that I actually knew the answer to that, which, kind of weird that I know that, but hey, I knew, okay? So, yeah, that's all I wanted to get on here and talk about. How did you feel about that question? If you want to share, how did you know that you liked who you liked, or who you just, who you liked? How did when did you know? Can you answer that question? You can leave it down below in the comment section. How do you feel about that question? How do you feel about people coming out? There'll be no. This is not a hate positive song. So please come in love, and if you can't come in love, don't come. The door will be slammed in your face if you cannot come in love and respect. So yeah, there's no hate speech over here. But yeah, leave your comments down below on how you felt about this topic. Like I said, do you know when you knew who you were gonna, what gender you were gonna be attracted to, and how do you feel about people coming out? Do you think that's necessary? Do you do you wish that people would just go on and live their lives, and do you wish they had the opportunity to just be able to live their life? Leave it down below in the comment section or on the social media site that you see this on, except Facebook. You leave yours down below on this video, or you can always shoot me an email at the email address that's in the description box. Okay, guys, we gotta love each other. That's the only way we're gonna get out of here in peace and harmony. Okay, and other than that, talking to you in adult terms.